Hello Anish, first of all, welcome to Qatar. They say third time is the charm, so here's your third time here in Qatar. So as you were mentioning that back then there were all European players, now there are a lot of Indian players, more than 70 players. So what are you expecting out of this tournament?
Yeah, I think actually already back then the Indian players were playing a lot of opens, but now it's it's multiplied. It's just by factor of 10 or something like that. It's just of course a very very strong open. Also times have changed so much now. Everybody's very well prepared, and just the level of chess has sort of risen. And it's a very risky idea for me to play this tournament. Like basically for my ratings, it's just quite stupid. But I have good chances in the Grand Swiss, so I think I'm ready to sacrifice my rating odds for my Grand Swiss chances, and I'm excited. Today already was a good start, extremely tough game. It was like very big fight, and at some point my opponent actually found the draw after the game himself. I felt there was one, but I didn't have time, and while he was thinking, I sort of was about to find it, but I thought maybe I'm winning. But then after the game we saw the draw. It was very forced in the end, but of course there were a lot of twists. I mean, at the start I felt I had a great position. Then I had a tough choice to gobble the pawns or not, and I didn't like taking them, but I thought, okay, I have to do like what's right, and I felt like my pieces are good, his are not so good anyway, and somehow I let him consolidate. After the game he pointed out very nice tactic with rook h5, which I missed. Maybe it's very strong, I didn't have time to see it, but what he said sounded quite convincing. I mean, he's just a very strong player, like he was pointing out things to me I didn't see. The way the game went, I missed a few things, and he got a lot of counterplay, and at some point I thought maybe things are completely turning around, but yeah, then the end game probably is okay for black, but I'm kind of on the good side, I guess, and the way he played was very interesting, but I think he missed some ideas with my b-pawn running, and then I'm winning, and I just wanted to be sort of very clean, instead of just pushing my d-pawn. And I know that the move like rook d1, this kind of moves, they can be wrong, they look wrong, because you should not give tempi in endgames like that, but I thought that this was very, very accurate. I thought I calculated everything, and it's just a clean win, not to get things messy, because I saw the line where I get my d-pawn to d7, and then he pushes all his 3 pawns, but I push my a-pawn, and I think I'm like faster. But I thought it's sort of greasy, and I should play it clean, and this idea of rook d1 and rook h1 I was very proud of. And then suddenly his g-pawn going g4, g3, and I missed from afar that he has rook f1, rook f2, and he's queening his pawn. And then I thought maybe I'm lucky anyway to have a win, but as he pointed out after the game, he had this g2, rook f2, king f6 line, and I missed after king e3 that there is rook c2, very strong move. Although frankly, after I missed g4, I just had to go for this, so I wouldn't be surprised anyway if it was already drawn. But yeah, just a very tough fighting game, and I'm happy that I won.
Yeah, you were in the top, one of the top boards, and you were watching all the games. You have seen Gukesh's position, and he is your nearest competitor for the reason you have come here. What do you think about his position?
It's not that important. I think the first round, especially for someone like Gukesh, maybe for me, if I lose first round, I'll be devastated. But Gukesh is a tough cookie. He'll manage. I've played too many opens, enough opens to know that you should not cheer for your rivals to lose early on, because they can always climb back. I'm not even sure how it will end. He's a great fighter, so many of his games go crazy. The thing about Gukesh's games is you should only look at them after they finished, never in the process. In the process, often nothing looks clear, but sometimes he's losing, but in the end usually he wins. So. But I really liked most of all today in the games that at some point Magnus played g4 in the exact same structure as me, and I was feeling very, very proud, that I am following the right plan. But somehow, maybe I should have done like he did. Maybe I should have concentrated on the king side attack, not go for the pawns. I just felt I should play objective chess, should not try to play flashy and for attack like Kramnik, in his his late years. But maybe objectively too, I should have gone for some attack. I don't know. It's hard to estimate for me because it's a very double-edged position. It's always very hard to say, when you should, if you have such a difficult choice, you can take a pawn or you can give a pawn, and I couldn't see how like my attack felt very good, but I was not sure, and I thought, okay, maybe I should just take the pawn. But if I just given the pawn, we would have had I would have had a similar game as Magnus, which was very, very beautiful. But so I like this somehow, that we got the same structure, and this G4 idea was thematic in both games.
Absolutely. One last question. You mentioned that it's a risky tournament for you in terms of rating. But do you remember the last time you played against a 2400?
But to be honest, at this point in my career, I think every game I play is risky for me. But I have a very high rating, and there are so many players that are up and coming, and I have big questions on whether I'm improving quickly enough. But yeah, I'm not sure I'm worth my ranking either. Maybe I am, but maybe not. I don't know. It's the whole rating system is very, very strange as well now, with so many players coming up, and you see so many results in the World Cup as well. People like are high rated by 200 points, but the games don't really show it. So the whole rating stuff is not clear. But either way, I've played 2400 players. Okay, I played a lot of online things. So the Title Tuesdays, I play them all the time. I don't play Title Tuesdays actually, but I play this other one, the tour. So I played a lot of, and I know that you can lose. Like Kramnik lost recently, in first round of the tour event to an Indian player. I think maybe FIDE master even. I think Garg is his name, yeah. But it's very possible. I have no issues with my ego. I'm well aware that also there's so many gradations. Yeah, there are like people playing online, like some streamers, they're 1200, then they become 1500, then they become 1700. These people, they're 2400. They have grown immensely. They know what they're doing, especially nowadays. So I was not. I was expecting a good game from my opponent, and he definitely delivered. But of course, many years ago, 2400 players, when I played, like especially the older types, they would be a bit more vulnerable. Also, theory was different, so I was not preparing players by a big margin very easily, because I was just much deeper. Nowadays, it's a lot harder. So I don't have my usual opening advantage that I usually have. So I don't start the game with a big handicap as before. And now, I have to prove my worth in some murky end games. But yeah, gotta try. And I'm really happy that I won, actually. I think it's a good start.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Anish, for the great game. And we wish all the best for the rest of the rounds.
Thank you.